come to the end of this third-part series, let us recap thus far. This arrogant ex-Muslim came up with a supposed 108-0 record, claiming to be an expert in proving the Quran had not been preserved. His first argument that the Qayarat and Ahruf don't go back to the Prophet ﷺ failed miserably. He then tried to prove the Quran had been changed, but failed again. In a final attempt, he claimed that we only have 6 Quranic manuscripts, but got humbled and dog-walked for his ignorance. Upon his humiliation, the tables were then turned to see if he held to the same standards for his own Bible. But within an instant, he folded like a deck chair, with his cowardice on display, as he was educated on his own biblical manuscripts. With one last roll of the dice, he decides to make an audacious claim to try and save face, attempting to prove Mecca never existed prior to 830. But let us see if he can redeem himself, or if the last ounce of manhood that exists within him will be snatched from him.
Please tell me, which study have you done that you know Mecca didn't exist?
It's not on any ancient maps, number one. Number two, none of the civilizations have heard of Mecca during that time. No one has written or heard about Muhammad from his time period. Right?
Okay, 85 which study have you read?
85 battles.
Come on, no, I didn't ask you what is your opinion on this. I asked you which scholarship comes to the conclusion Mecca didn't exist based on the reason which you are given. You see, you are giving 10 reasons. Which scholarship concludes based on that the Mecca didn't exist? Because I will give you scholarship who are accepting that Mecca did exist. So please come with your claim. You're telling us we are scared. Please tell everybody which scholarship you read.
No. Prince,
no. The question was asked. The question was asked to you. Go ahead,
please. Yeah, please. Prince, the question is for you. You have to bring the evidence. We're listening to you. Everybody's muting. You're gonna bring the evidence as to why you think Mecca didn't exist until a certain time. Go ahead.
No. What scholarship? What scholarship have you read?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
The reasons why you're providing.
You want a list of scholars? Let me get this straight. You want a list of scholars that believe Mecca didn't exist?
Yeah, go on.
No, we want a list of scholars of the research
see, you
that
came
you've
with
done.
all of this. Yes.
That you've done. You said you've done research, so you provide us with the research in terms of the scholarship that's forget the reasons. The scholarship that you've read that stipulate that Mecca does not exist. Name them. Tell us the books, then we can look at everything else. Go ahead.
Give me a second. You want sources?
Yeah, go on.
You see, let me start with something. Get your sources, your Googleology and ChatGPT, which you are using. Please change your religion instead of Christianity to GPTianity, because you're using that more than the Bible and your religion.
BrotherAli,
this is from page 1.
And he showed us, he said, ChatGPT told me there's only 6 manuscripts of the Quran. This is what ChatGPT told him, but go ahead.
Even ChatGPT doesn't say that. He's a liar.
I told you GPTianity.
It was Gemini.
Whatever.
The brother asked me, give me a list of the manuscripts. I didn't have them all memorized, so then I looked it up.
Don't make the claim. This is the point. Don't make the claim you have 6. Don't make it. Say, I haven't read nothing. Could you recommend me some books which I go and read to see the evidence? Sure. This would be nice. We would have given it to you.
Dan Gibson, called The Sacred City.
Hagarism. Everybody listen. Thank you. Hagarism. Yeah? You said Hagarism, right?
Yeah, that was one.
Hagarism, right? By Patricia Cook, right?
No. Patricia Crone wrote Meccan Trade and Rise of Islam.
Hagarism, also Hagarism.
Michael Cook.
When was it written? Hagarism. When was it? Thank everybody. Listen, beautiful. You see, this guy shows his ignorance. When was it written?
When was what written?
This Hagarism which you are referring to. Now, see, let me update your information. I'm telling you, you are blind, and these blind leaders are leading nonsense. No, in 2007, even the writers of the same Hagarism, they retracted their meaning. They retracted their claims. Did you know that? Did you know these people retracted the claims? Of course you don't. These Rob Christians don't tell you nothing. Okay, this is from page 1.
Ali, you missed what he said. So, you're saying that was written in 1997. Did you hear what Ali just said? What the same author said in 2007?
That she retracted her claims of what?
Go ahead.
Yes, about all of this nonsense. See,
you're mixing up your information. Patricia.
Yes, okay, I'll get to my information as if you have read something.
Theorized that she has been wrong. But Hagarism is something else entirely. You're getting
yes, Hagarism is a revisionist
now, with
word
that being
which
said,
they came.
can you show me
These people
archaeological
come on, man,
evidence?
stop it. You don't know what you are talking about.
Oh my God,
These
bro.
people were the students of Wansbrough. You know that, right? You see, you don't know nothing. I can't give you who
We're
his
just talking
teacher
about-
was, what were they teaching,
So what
and
is your
how
hard
the
evidence?
other scholars are laughing at them.
Brother. We got 126 people. They want to see. Show me hard evidence that Mecca existed. Do you have?
No, the burden of
that's not the way it works.
Yeah, the burden of proof is upon you. We're not gonna say anything. You have to prove that it didn't.
Do you want to see Ptolemy's maps?
So now
Let
wait.
me give
He
you-
asked you again. I didn't-
First of all, Mecca
He
is
asked-
in maps.
Go ahead.
It is in Ptolemy. It is in Ptolemy.
Ptolemy's
Maturana.
maps has Mecca?
But let me get it. Yes. You see,
Really?
I told you should
Are
update
you
your
talking about
information. Yeah,
Mekoraba?
really. Yeah,
I can
Mekoraba,
give
yeah.
you a scholarly
Let
paper
me
that
read
shows
it.
Mekoraba
What
is
is
not
wrong
Mecca.
with you?
It's not
Okay,
Mekoraba.
man, good luck with
Mekoraba
the
is another-
scholarly Hagarism and J. Smith. These are your scholars, man. Go to sleep 6 feet deep. This is from the book Stella Whelan. It is talking about, this is the title, Forgotten Evidence. Evidences for early codification of the Quran. And this is his first sentence. This guy says, oh, Hagarism. This guy said J. Smith. Come on, man. It's laughable. It says 3 kinds of historical evidence are examined here. What? Historical evidence. How many? 3 types of them that has not previously been considered in relation with the question of existence of Islam in the first century. Now I'm asking you, when you are talking in your Hagarism, how many historical evidence or historical methodology are they using? How many?
Mecca as a city wasn't mentioned anywhere prior to 830. That's my claim.
His question. That wasn't his question. His question
I didn't
was,
even hear
I'm
it.
asking you what type of evidence is Hagarism
What historical
using?
methodology? What historical methodology are they using? That was his question. Now he's critiquing your research, so you better come. You said this is my expertise. I'm sorry, you said this is my expertise. So we expect you to know this. What methodology do
You're
they apply?
asking the
Go
source
ahead.
of my source right now? I asked you for evidence.
No, we are asking for the evidence of your source. Come on, man, be reasonable. I will give you my historical methodology because the scholarship has been through it and I have read them.
Red herring. Why are we deviating from Mecca?
No, you are talking about history, right? Either Mecca existed in history in the first century, yes or no?
Right.
Exactly.
Prior
Which
to
historical methodology do we use?
Were you paying attention, bro? I said prior to 830. That's what I said.
Yes, first century. This is what I'm telling you. Prior to 830 is first century. Are you okay?
You're saying you have evidence that Mecca existed in the first century.
Yes, I'm asking you what historical methodology do the scholars of yours using? Come on, man. If you don't know, say I don't know. I can give you my historical methodology. Why are you being weird?
Oh, when you speak for like 3 minutes straight. What can you ask your question like concisely? What's your question?
There's a scholarship by which you say there was no Mecca before the year 830. Which historical methodology are they using?
There's multiple reasons. There isn't one specific.
Akhi Ahmad, please
Not the
translate
reasons. Not the
first of
reasons. What is the
Mecca,
methodology?
I mean, you mentioned Ptolemy. Ptolemy doesn't have a single map.
Again, I asked. Stop.
Bro, why you start screaming?
He's asking you for, because clearly when he speaks softly you don't understand. So maybe if I raise my voice, you might.
I can also raise my voice.
So now,
like,
yeah, no problem. Be quiet. Shh. He's asking you again. What is the methodology they are using to come to the conclusion that there's no Mecca before 830? What methodology are they applying to come to this conclusion? What's the methodology?
Okay, so you want me to look at the source of my source?
No,
See, I don't know, man. Why are you being weird?
No. You should know. Ali, he said he's an expert in this.
I'm just trying to understand.
He said he's you said you're an expert in this. You said you're an expert in this.
For you, professor.
Why are we deviating? That's my question.
No, we are not. We are talking
No.
about
We're not deviating. We're not deviating.
Were you there in the first century of Islam?
Right on point.
Prince, were you there in the first century of Islam to tell us there was no Mecca? Were you there? Had you a camera with you and recording people in the first century of Islam? Were you doing that?
Were you there to determine that there was something there? What kind of question
I'm
is that?
asking you, when you say there wasn't, which methodology have you used? If you don't know, tell me. I will tell you the new methodology of this new study, which is done by non-Muslims, which is telling you all of this existed.
Go ahead, tell me your evidence.
If you don't know what you are talking about, ask us.
I never
Don't
said
say
I don't know what
Muslims
I'm
are
talking
running.
about.
The only running is you. You are making me
No,
running.
no, say no again, Prince. Say I don't know what methodology, the scholarship that I read. I don't know what they used to come to this conclusion.
I have
no idea.
First of all, I have multiple.
No. We're
I'm not
asking
sure what
you.
you're talking
We're not
about.
asking.
Are you
We're not
talking about a
asking
book?
you for what they. We're not asking you.
Man,
for,
you're talking
we're not
about
asking you for their
historical methodology.
conclusions. We're asking you for their methodology that they
These are
applied
papers
to
and-
come to that conclusion. So now say I don't know the methodologies that the scholarship that I use, which I say I'm an expert in. I have no idea the methodology that they
That's not
used
true.
to come to the
These are-
conclusion that there
these are
was no.
published-
That
these
I
are-
haven't finished. That they haven't. That I want you to say so we understand you clearly. That you are an ignoramus
You guys
on the
wanna deal with-
methodology,
Okay, fine.
on the method. See, you keep interjecting. You're running. Calm
Bro,
down.
literally,
We're right on point, buddy.
3 words.
We're right on
and
point.
getting
So now,
interrupted.
shh. Be quiet. Please
What
be
I mean.
patient. Please be patient. School's in session. Please be patient. So now, he's asking you, because you don't know, say, I don't know the research that I've done or the scholarship that I've looked at. I have no idea the methodology that they used and applied to come to the conclusion that there was no Mecca prior to 830. Can you say that, please? And then we'll
These
continue.
are papers and books published by professors.
Okay, fantastic. What is the methodology they used then?
Which one?
What? You tell me which
So
methodology. We're
conclusion
asking
is
you what
based on, man.
methodology.
Are you okay?
Do you want to hear about Patricia Cohen, Michael Cook, Dan Gibson?
No, what methodology? How did they come to the conclusion? What methodology did they apply?
See, this is what happens when you come in a room with knowledgeable Muslims.
He doesn't
and
know.
You think what
Wallahi,
Rob
he
Christian
doesn't know,
told you
and
is
he's
enough.
running. Absolute juhal.
Are you-
Jahil
are
ka
you-
bachcha hai. Jahil ka
Okay,
insan.
let me read the conclusion of this scholar.
Are you
You
done?
can write it down. I told you make notes. Now let me give you my evidence.
Why are
See,
you so
my
mad, bro?
historical methodology is based on epigraphical evidence. You see, I'm telling you what methodology is. Epigraphical evidence. Now, please, you tell me on which methodology is your conclusion based on. Be reasonable. Ahmad, I'm telling them, I'm
cricket
using epigraphy to prove something.
fair.
This is my historical method.
Beautiful. Can you get to the source and evidence, please?
So no. What methodology? Come on, Mr. Expert on Mecca doesn't exist prior to 830. I know all about it. I'm an expert in this. That's why I'm 108 no. So now, explain to us, what methodology do they use, Mr. Expert?
Historical critical method.
Go ahead.
What?
What method?
Historical critical method.
No, what historical method? What historical? What methodology? This is brilliant. Now,
Funny, Prince. I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing with you.
Congratulations on your Gemini. Congratulations on your Gemini. Try again. Maybe type in the book's name and say, how did this author, what methodology did they use? Then you might get an answer.
I
Why don't you
asked
try
you
that?
which book.
Because you've had enough time to
You're
type
not giving
it
me a...
Let me ask you something, Prince. Let us reset
Any
the room.
of them.
No, Ahmad, let us reset the room. You see, if you want information, come and ask us. You came to debate us. You came with all your presentation of all of these ignorant people of which you haven't studied nothing. Ask us, do you have anything by which you say Mecca existed? I'm telling you, yes. One of them is, for example, Al-Walid's inscription in the Great Mosque of Medina, which is dated. Do you know what Al-Walid's inscription is?
So...
Do you know when was it dated?
Okay, hold on. So going back to what you were saying, so I asked you multiple times what book or what source, right?
I told you Stella Whelan.
Any one of
I
them.
gave you the name of the book too.
Okay. So the book Hagirism, The Making of Islamic World, Patricia Cohen and Michael Cook. They use the radical source criticism method. But what does that prove? Like, what's the point?
You see, radical method that you're talking about has methodologies in it.
So
What you are naming is only the principle.
brother,
I'm talking about the methodology of that principle.
I've been waiting, like we're just getting distracted right now.
Yes, okay. What does Hagarism say, that book which you are quoting about Al-Walid's inscription in the Great Mosque? What do they say? What is the date of that?
What inscription?
You see, you have read books which are old, written by haters. You don't know what you're talking about. Hagarism is accepted by not one scholar, not one. These people were revisionists. These people were rejected. Even this book which I'm quoting right now, I will go page by page with you. Even this book is laughing at them and at their teacher. He says the same one, bro, and Patricia Crow and the other one, Cook, who came with this nonsense. They are basing it on the methodology of Hebrew scriptures. Did you know that?
I never looked at this.
One more time, Ali. Repeat that. I didn't get it.
Scriptures like this. The Jews are coming up with their Talmud like this. The Jews are making all of this nonsense. They say based on this, Muslims should have done the same. This is their method. Exactly what you did. The Old Testament has been corrupted. Surely the Quran has been corrupted too.
He was looking at the trade routes of Mecca. He wasn't looking at what the Bible was saying about it.
Come on, man. Trade route doesn't mean
she's
nothing.
speaking about the methodology.
Okay, let me read, man. This guy doesn't know nothing. This is page 2. Page 2 of the same book. I told you, I go page by page. It says, Once Brew, which is the teacher of this Persiacon, which you are quoting, which is the teacher of Hagarism.
Ali cooking while he's working. MashaAllah, tabarakallah. Double Ali in the chat, bro.
Prince, this is your Prince. This is your speciality. Like, you know, Mecca.
This is why I argue. Yeah.
Prince is getting rinsed, bro. Prince is getting rinsed.
I haven't had the opportunity to ask my questions online.
What's your question?
Like the moment. No, I'm not saying this panel. This panel, you guys have been answering questions. I'm saying every other panel, I usually get kicked out. It doesn't matter how respectful I am or how calm I am. They're like, oh, this guy's a blasphemer, just block me.
Okay.
It's my first time on a Muslim panel.
If we answer all of your questions, are you going to become Muslim again?
If you can prove everything wrong.
There is no proof that Mecca existed before 830. Yeah.
The guy's reading a book. Like what?
Hold on. I'm not saying
multiple
that.
claims.
I'm not saying that because I'm about to present proof. I let a Canadian and BrotherAli, who are far more knowledgeable in this topic than I am, present their evidence. He's in the middle of it. He's handling something with the customer. He'll be back. My issue with this statement that you said is that it's so hypocritical, because you have Islam. You are applying this criteria to Islam, and you went to a religion and you don't even apply 1% of this criteria to the religion that you did go to.
Yeah, that's true. Why don't you do that? Why do you critique Islam so much to this level that you wanna, you do this so-called extensive research? You don't know anything, to be honest.
I still haven't.
Was it for a girl? Did you have a girlfriend? Did you have a girlfriend?
You're using J. Smith's PowerPoint. That's all you have, right? You got, to be honest, to be fair, bro, you got smoke on the riwayat, you got smoke on the qira'at, you got smoke on the ahruf, you got smoke on the chains of transmission, right? And then Canadian took you to the Bible. You said, you conceded, you said, I don't know anything about the Bible, I'm uneducated. But what makes you think you're educated? What makes you think you're educated on the Quran? If you're uneducated on the Bible and you're Christian, right? You submit to Jesus Christ. What makes you think that you're educated on the Quran? Nothing, right? So you at least be reasonable and learn instead of
you didn't. No, you weren't.
You guys attempted to debunk
one. No. There's another reason. Wallahi,
no. Ahmed, just real quick. I just want to say one statement, and I'll go on mute. I'll go on mute. I just said one statement, and I'll go on mute. What's crazy is this man said that there is no evidence of Mecca before 830. Mm-hmm. Did you know that there's no evidence of Jesus even existing if we rely on your sources? Did you know that?
That's true too.
How can you sit here and leave Islam because Mecca didn't exist before 830, and you go to a religion where you cannot substantiate whether Jesus even existed at all?
New Testament. What are they talking about then?
The New Testament?
Did you just imagine?
That's not contemporary. That's not.
It's not contemporary. The New Testament is not contemporary.
4th century manuscripts, dude.
Exactly. How the hell can that be used as substantial evidence? Go ahead, Ahmed. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, dude. This is the thing with you,
No,
bro. This
when
is the
you
thing.
when you read here's the thing, right? When you read the Seerah,
no.
there's 85 battles that Muhammad is involved in. Yet there isn't any shroud of evidence of any one of those battles, right?
Stop.
We're talking about an entire city.
Just stop. You don't.
We have archaeological evidence of Pontius Pilate, the person who crucified him.
You stop. Be quiet, bro. You have no
Lots of archaeological evidence of Pontius
None.
Pilate.
You have zero evidence of his crucifixion. Zero contemporaneous evidence. Zero. You know what zero is?
So the people that witnessed him were just
zero.
imagining or what?
Zero evidence.
Didn't you say you don't know nothing about the Bible?
Ali.
Just
No,
admit that.
go back to the point. Go back to the point.
Okay, let me read it. Page.
Brother, can you what's your evidence?
Stella Wayland says. Yes, I told you epigraphical evidence. You know what epigraphical evidence are?
Did you say Al-Walid inscription?
Can you tell us what is epigraphy? What does that mean? I don't think you know what it means. What is epigraphy? Because Brother Ali mentioned epigraphy. Do you know?
What is epigraphical evidence?
Yeah, you're the expert in this field.
Are you talking about like writings?
What do you mean?
You tell us. We're asking you. We're asking you. Don't ask a question.
For epigraphy.
We're asking you.
Go ahead.
See, you have done all of these studies. Not one Muslim can answer you. Muslims been running from you. Yet I was the one who took you back to actual evidence for Mecca to see how scholarship talks about it. You
Right.
gave your Hagarism. I'm telling you, their teacher is using something which other scholarship is rejecting. This is why I told you at the start of this study, which I'm giving you, they say, I'll give you 3 types of evidence which earlier on have not been looked at, which means this Hagarism of yours is not up to date. I told you, let me update your information, because the same book is talking about this study which came in the 70s, which everybody rejected. She says, once bro, entire analysis was based on the assumption, that the canonization of the Quranic text and its role in the development of the Muslim community follow the trajectory similar that of the Hebrew scriptures. Tell me, is it the correct methodology to go to the Hebrew scriptures, which come 300 years after Islam, to say what happened during Islamic period? Is this reasonable according to you?
I'm still waiting for your evidence, brother.
Holy shit.
Come on, don't get your ass.
There's no way you can do that.
Wallahi, he doesn't get it. Wallahi, he doesn't get it. Wallahi, he doesn't get it.
Yeah,
You see, I'll make it simple for you. I'll make it simple for you.
What evidence has Brother Ali?
I'll make it simple for you. I'll make it simple for you. The methodology that you are using, not you. The methodologies that the scholars that you've used to come to the conclusion that there's no Mecca prior to 830 is a wrong methodology. Therefore, the conclusion that they have is incorrect. The methodology that Ali is using, based on the scholarship that he has, is updated. And what he's saying is updated, and it identifies the mistakes of your scholarship and the methodology that they applied to come to the conclusion that Mecca did not exist prior to 830. Ergo, the methodology that...
So where's your archaeological evidence of Mecca existing?
Ergo, the methodology that Ali is using based on the scholarship that he applied means that... Shut the up, bro. Means that Mecca did exist prior to 830. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. You're jahil. Kutta ka insaan hai tu, yaar.
Yeah, you're also a dog. I can understand you.
Kutta ka insaan hai tu. Why you think, bro? Your Jesus called you dogs. You're a Gentile dog. Bhok mere liye, bhok. Bhok mere liye. Hey, insaan, bhok.
Okay, beautiful.
Kutte ka bacha, bhok. Do woof woof to me. Come on.
Ahmad, he wants to run. Wallah, he wants to run. Okay, so Prince, can you get back to the conversation? Okay, what's your evidence?
For you, Habib, only for you.
Hey, Habibi Galbi. What's your evidence, Prince?
20 minutes. Okay, so I made multiple claims, right? And
yes, that's the only thing.
No one has presented any
evidence. That's the only thing. Just making claims.
There's zero archaeological evidence. Archaeology. I'm talking about archaeology right now. There's zero archaeological evidence that Mecca existed prior to 830.
Told you there are evidences. Are you listening?
What was the evidence, brother?
I'll just give you Stella Whelan, who is actually given of the existence of Mecca, existence of the Quran, existence of Islam, existence of the writings of Islam, and she shows you and she names them. Yes, what did you say? There is no evidence. Why? Hagarism, a book of 50 years ago, written by missionary and Islam haters, which other scholars are laughing at. I told you once, bro, and your teachers and the Hagarism do nothing but assumption. This is why you can't know nothing what they are using. I'm telling you, epigraphical evidence is an objective archaeological evidence. What do you mean there are no evidence?
What is the
You
evidence?
see, you be Googling doesn't mean nothing. This is what I mean. You haven't studied it. You know nothing about your own Bible. You believe in a religion blindly.
Brother, what's your...
Good luck with that.
What
You
inscription
cannot
did
do
you
the same
mention?
with the Quran.
What inscription did you mention?
Yeah, them.
Mention
I'm
one.
starting with one
Mention
by
one.
one.
Mention one.
Come on, man.
Himyarite.
You haven't done no study. What does it matter what I
There's
give
a Himyarite
you? Want to
inscription
Google
dating-
something?
Where?
What does it matter if I'm telling you what it is?
You
and
have
it
a
goes
book
over
in front
your
of you.
head?
Just tell me the inscription, bro.
Come on, man. What does it matter
Why
if
are
it
you
goes over
running?
your head?
You're so knowledgeable. You've been rapping
I'm
this
running.
entire
Okay,
time. I've been getting cooked this
okay,
time.
okay.
I'm
Put them
getting
on
to the
mute.
evidence. What is it, bro?
You get into evidence. Yeah. Ahmad, could you put this up, Akhi? Put them on mute, Akhi. You said on evidence. Thank you very much. These holy having Christians are loose today. Let's see. Ahmad, could you put it on? Or anybody?
Ali, can you send it to Ibn Aisha? Like I just got home, Habib.
Inshallah, let me send it to him. Akhi Ibn Aisha, could you put it on? Ask this guy, does he know what it is? You ask me for evidence, sure? If I tell you the evidence, surely you will get it, right? Because you have a scholarship, professor. So if I'm telling you the evidence, surely you will understand the evidence,
I'm waiting,
right?
bro.
Let's see. Okay, put it on. Let's see if you get it.
I got you. Give me a second.
Okay, so what is it?
Furqan, could you read it, what it says?
The first line says, شهد الريان شهد الريان
Is the
Abdullah.
art name, please.
شهد ريان عبد الله أن
لا إله إلا الله.
وأشهد أن محمد رسول الله.
And the penultimate line says عام بني المسجد الحرام, the year that Masjid al-Haram was built. Oh my God.
Okay. Now, Masjid al-Haram, what is that? Friends, could you tell us? You have done your study, Mecca doesn't
Masjid
exist.
al-Haram is a
What is that?
the mosque that was built in Medina.
Did you
I
say?
still don't have the...
Did he say Masjid al-Haram is a building in
Still don't have the
Medina?
name, guys. Come on.
You see, this is what I'm telling you. The evidence goes over your head. You don't know what you're talking about. This is what I told you. Come and ask us. Let's go through the evidence one by one. I wanted to do that. I went to page 1 and page 2 to explain the introduction,
Sorry, I was
to
okay.
explain the method, and give you one by one the evidence on which they based it on. I asked you to do the same.
Apparently, this is groundbreaking.
Really, I'm done.
hey, salam alaikum,
Sure,
guys.
you can talk to him if you like.
Salam
I'll be
alaikum.
done.
All right, let me
Yeah,
talk to...
barakallah feek. Yeah, how are you, Prince? I'm good, bro. So I heard you're saying that Mecca doesn't exist and
I was
you're
asking-
repeating the Petra nonsense from Dan Gibson.
Yes, brother. I was asking for historical evidence of Mecca's existence. Archaeology.
Yeah, I got you,
Whatever
bro.
got.
Yeah, bro. Yeah,
Beautiful.
bro. You came to the right place, bro. I got you.
Thank you.
Yeah, no worries.
Finally.
Have you? So you're taking your arguments from Crone, Slaves on Horses?
Many sources, bro. We've been debating.
I'm asking specifically about Crone. Are you talking about Crone,
Patricia
Slaves from
Crone
Horses?
theorized that, yeah, I mean, that's just, that's the Meccan trade route.
Is that just one source?
No, it's not just one source.
Yeah.
There's other historians as well.
So Meccan, and I'm asking about Meccan trade,
I
right? The book where she
understand
makes
that
this
Patricia
argument.
Crone retracted some of her statements. That's totally fine.
No, not even retracted. No, forget retractions. She made blunders, bro. She got called out by literally every scholar. She got called out by Fred Donner, by R.B. Sargent. She got called out by everyone.
Cool.
Even Howard Mutsky cooked her.
Awesome, man. Do you have evidence? Like an artifact,
Yeah, hella.
historical, anything you got?
Yeah, bro. I got you, man. Here. Let me just share my. Let me just
Outside of
turn on my thing.
And Valley of Becca
Yeah.
are the two that a lot of people go to usually.
Yeah, no worries. Right. So there are a number of sources, right? This is all on my server, Historicity of Mecca, right? So
Nice.
first of all, we have Muhammad and the Origins of Islam by F.F. Peters, right? So he talks about the oral tradition that was passed down, and this is considered historical evidence. So he says, lodged somewhere between the great powers, though just beyond the direct reach of either of them, was the shrine settlement of Mecca in Western Arabia. Earlier stories about the place had been confined mostly to struggles about the possessions of the shrine, but in the generation of Abdul Manaf's sons, the horizons of the Meccan community began to broaden onto one political and commercial terrain of the Middle East. He goes on to describe it. Yeah, this is based on the oral tradition preserved in the extant hadith corpus, which is reliable.
I'm doing an external.
And there's no reason to doubt it. Yeah, but I don't really care about your external critique because our sources are corroborated by non-Muslim sources. I can show you examples of that if you like, but that'll be a separate conversation.
Artifact. I mean, hadiths come, hundreds of years anyway. So
no, but that's not actually true. So hadiths are actually there at the time of the Prophet. They're just not compiled till 200 years after. Those are the standard 6 collections. Yeah, they're written down. For example, in year 70 by Hammam ibn Munabbih. I can show you right now if you like. I have it up. The earliest manuscript is from 6. Yeah, the earliest manuscript is a piece of papyri from 643, I believe. So it's in the reign of Uthman and Ali.
And it's been verified to be dated to that time period?
Yeah, I can show you it after this if you want, but one thing at a time, right?
Sure.
So this is M.J. Kissinger. He says, Mecca owed its existence to trade. Pilgrimage, right, and trade were indivisible in the city. It is thus plausible that in the young Muslim community, one of the most vital questions which could be asked was the question whether trade could be conducted during the Hajj. So he's assuming that what Mecca is existing, it is a center of trade, and that one of the questions was conducted, or that was examined during the time, was whether trade could be conducted during the Hajj. Okay,
and what you're saying is based on internal sources like hadith, right?
No, this is based on. So I'm giving you secular scholars who are non-Muslims who are basing this on. First of all, So first of all, based on the hadith and the traditions that they can reconstruct contemporary to the Prophet. Second of all, non-Muslim sources. Third of all, inscriptions and archaeologies. Fourth of all, Greek records as well.
Can we get to this?
So all of.
Don't mind.
Yeah, no worries. So one by one, bro. One by one. Go ahead. So this is Muhammad at Mecca, right, by Montgomery Watt. Again, he's a non-Muslim Anglican historian. He says, Mecca, Muhammad's home for half a century, was an entirely commercial city amidst barren rocks. The growth of the city was a trade center, came through the existence there, haram or sanctuary, right, to mean men could come without fear of, molestation. Geographical conditions were also in its favor, and it was at the crossroads between Yemen and Syria, right? This is Montgomery Watt. Robert Hoyland, he says on Crohn's theory, he says, but endeavors to strip off the classical veneer and reveal the formative undercurrent have been somewhat cavalier and conjectural. And then he cites Crone and Cook's Hagerism. He says they're too willing to accept non-Muslim sources at face value. So he says that her approach is cavalier and conjectural. And this is her student saying that, Robert Hoyland. Now, in terms of the actual, you're saying, show us the manuscripts. This is palm trees map from this.
What does he say about the fact that the Mecca is not even on the Arabian plateau?
Yeah, that's not true. You have evidence of that?
Topographical maps, does that count?
Yeah. This is palm trees map from the 2nd century.
Do you understand what I said?
Well, what does this say? This is palm trees map from the 2nd century.
Mecca is not Mecca, and I can show you sources that.
Yes, it is. I know exactly what sources you're going to show me, and from Joshua Little and all these revisionists. I don't care about revisionists, bro. Quote me an actual scholar, not a revisionist.
Okay.
I don't care about revisionists.
Okay, I got you. Didn't I say in the beginning, you weren't even here, but I was saying, don't bring me Mecca.
Where is Makraba? The west of the Arabian Peninsula. And I can show you sources that agree with me. So, for example, here we have The History of the Islamic Peoples by Karl Bolkman. He says that Mecca, the Arabs' birthplace, which parliamentary calls Makraba.
Can you guys hear? Okay, so Makraba has not been identified as Mecca because there's geographical inconsistencies. Ptolemy's descriptions, including rivers and mountains, are inconsistent with the known geography of Mecca, placing Mecca.
Yeah, that's not true.
Too far south and east of Yemen. Linguistic.
Wait, pause.
There's
Prince, just wait. One point at a time. So you said, so repeat the first point so everyone hears you.
Ptolemy's descriptions, including rivers and mountainous regions, are inconsistent with the known geography of Mecca, placing Mecca geographically too far south and east of Yemen.
Yeah, cool. So that's actually not true. So these geographical inconsistencies are easily explained away by Palmtree, because Palmtree is getting this from secondhand reports. He's not getting it because he went there himself. Right? So Palmtree is just hearing what other people heard him, and they're telling him there's a place called Makroba. He hasn't been there to see the valleys. So if people embellish details, you're throwing the baby out in the bathwater when you say, therefore it's not the same place. This is historically not.
You're theorizing.
This is historically problematic. No, I'm not theorizing. I'm telling you that through the course of oral transmission, there's embellishment, and that's what we find. And because we know that there will be embellishment, you can't take non-Muslim sources at face value, which is exactly what Crone does.
Do you have linguistic proof?
Let me just, if I could just Brother, when I'm speaking, I'll let you finish.
Okay, sorry, go ahead.
I'll let you finish when you speak. You let me finish when I speak, bro. So this is what I was saying with Crone, where she takes non-Muslim sources at face value, which is what you're doing right now. And what does Robert Hoyland say about this? He says that this is conjectural and that this doesn't inspire any confidence. So methodologically, if you have, for example, let's say the Gospels have 4 things in common, but they disagree about secondary or tertiary details, you don't say, therefore, nothing happened. Like, if I have two accounts of a battle between 2 armies, and one person says, oh, it was 10,000 people fighting, another person says, oh, the army was actually 20,000, I don't then conclude that the battle never happened. I conclude that the battle happened, but because of embellishments or people weren't doing head counts, there wasn't precise transmission, there could have been contradictions in details. What you're doing is saying, oh, it's either 10,000 or 20,000. Clearly, it's a contradiction, therefore, it's all nonsense, which is methodologically unsound. And you can go ahead and respond. There's no issue.
So again, in Ptolemy's description, right, it includes rivers and mountainous regions. Are there any rivers near Mecca?
Yeah, there are some rivers near Mecca.
There's rivers near...
It depends what you mean by near, bro.
Mecca Rabbah has rivers. You came here,
so can
you're showing me a source that shows Ptolemy's maps. And you're pointing to a place called Mecca Rabbah. And I'm telling you, based on Ptolemy's description, he says that Mecca Rabbah has rivers. Everyone and their mothers knows Mecca doesn't have any rivers. So those are inconsistent facts. Mecca Rabbah cannot be Mecca. Do you have something else? Like you said, inscriptions and other stuff?
Yeah. So again, you're not engaging with my point. So essentially what you're saying, I'll just like summarize it, is that, look, one battle, one historian chronicles that a battle had 10,000 members. Another historian chronicles the same battle that has 20,000 members fighting. Obviously, 20,000 is not 10,000. Do you agree with me? 20,000 is not 10,000. Therefore, they're not talking about the same battle. That's essentially what you're saying. And this is a stupid non sequitur that doesn't follow.
Sure, but your example is about numbers. I'm not sure how that applies to what we're talking about.
Yeah, it's the same thing. It's a historical embellishment. It's not a metaphor. It's an analogy. Do you know the difference between a metaphor and an analogy, bro?
Of course I do. But why are you?
Okay, so why'd you say it's a metaphor? What's metaphorical here?
When we're talking about Ptolemy, exact writing,
what's metaphorical here, bro?
Why are we going to how many soldiers were in an army? I think that's a bit like...
Brother, you said it's a metaphor. What's the metaphor?
The metaphor that you're giving is you're comparing the number of soldiers to like Mecca's existence and what I just said. Like, what I'm telling you, respectfully, is you don't have to do that.
You know what a metaphor is?
I'm saying you don't have to do
what a metaphor is?
That's called a cop-out. Right? What you're doing is you're trying to distract the actual...
It's not a cop-out.
Counter
it's called an analogy
that I gave.
Okay.
Analogy, sure.
Yeah, okay. There's a difference between an analogy and a metaphor, bro. I don't think you understand the words that you're using.
I do know the difference.
A metaphor... No, then why are you using it incorrectly if you know the difference? If someone doesn't know the distinction between a metaphor and... I'm sorry, bro. Look, with all due respect, no, you can't use them interchangeably, Prince.
Okay,
with all due respect, if someone... Yeah, no worries. With all due respect, Prince, someone who doesn't know the distinction between...
Like, I've been getting insulted for hours. This is a bit...
No worries.
Like, I can actually breathe a little bit.
No
worries, bro. I'm glad you can breathe.
Also, Furqan was respectful, so I appreciate Furqan.
Just wait, bro. With all due respect, someone who doesn't know the distinction between a metaphor and an analogy is in no place to sit here and lecture us on the historicity of the city of Mecca. Like, with all due respect, like I'm saying this to you respectfully. So it's clear that you've like got some. Maybe you read some works from some revisionists, some like Joshua Little, some Crone, and now you think you know something. But with all due respect, Akhi, this is not...
You showed me a map, brother. You showed me a map of Ptolemy, right? And then you pointed to Mecca Rabbah saying this is Mecca. I showed you, and I told you, in Ptolemy's own descriptions and writings, he says Mecca Rabbah has rivers. Mecca does not have rivers, so Mecca Rabbah cannot be Mecca. Okay. I want you to move to your next point. Instead of
I already debunked this. Okay, and what did I say in response?
Thank you so much.
No, just wait. And what did I say in response? No, just wait. What did I say in response?
You're showing me something about soldiers and like I don't even know what you're showing me right now. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
Okay. Okay. That's the issue.
I don't know why we're going here.
Let me just wait, bro. Just wait. You said Ptolemy describes Mecca or Macroba as having rivers. Mecca doesn't have rivers, therefore Mecca is not Macroba. I'm telling you, the same logical argument could be structured about any other historical event, and it shows that it's fallacious. Let me just finish, bro. Because because what I'm explaining to you, brother, is that your argument It's not a red herring. What I'm explaining to you is that your argument is unsound and it doesn't follow. Just because there's a property that one thing possesses that the other one doesn't mean that we're not talking about the same thing. Like, for example, if I say, oh, do you know Bob from down the street? And he says, no, I don't know Bob from down the street. Bob from down the street has a mustache. And I say, oh, the Bob I know, he doesn't have a mustache. Well, it could be the Bob you know had a mustache at one point in time. Another point in time, he didn't have a mustache. But just because he doesn't have that quality at a certain point in time doesn't mean you're not talking about the same thing. Likewise with Macroba, just because one person says, oh, I saw it have rivers through second or tertiary details that are later probably embellished, I don't have to take that at face value and say just because it doesn't have those details, therefore it's not the same place. Can you show me a reason why these details are true apart from Ptolemy, that people or other people say that Macroba... Just let me finish. Let me finish. Just let me finish. Can you show me someone other than Ptolemy who says that Macroba has rivers and that Mecca doesn't have rivers, therefore Mecca is not Macroba? Can you show me anyone else who says that?
Did Mecca ever have rivers?
Can you show us where it says Mecca had rivers?
Can you show me... I'm asking for something specific, brother. Can you show me where anyone says that because Mecca doesn't have rivers, or Macroba doesn't have rivers, therefore Mecca and Macroba are two different places? Can you show me anyone who says that? Any historian who's contemporary? So you can go to the Chronicles of Theophilus, you can go to any like Southeast source, you can go to contemporary Western, Near Eastern sources, whoever you want.
Okay, let me get this straight. So when I tell you that city A has rivers and city B doesn't have rivers, you want me to bring you a historian that agrees with that statement when it's quite obvious if city A has a river and city B doesn't have a river, they're probably two different cities. And they're
you're presupposing
so now,
Ptolemy is accurate in his mapping. Hold on, Prince, you're presupposing that Ptolemy was even accurate with his mapping, right? Ptolemy makes mistakes throughout, not just with regards to Macroba. Not just with regards to Mecca.
He makes mistakes.
Right? He makes mistakes. No, it's not an assumption. This is scholarly. He makes mistakes throughout his mapping. He does have groundbreaking work with regards to longitudinal distances and all this. Yes, there are groundbreaking works, but he makes mistakes, significant mistakes.
Cool.
Right? You're presupposing that he's infallible.
I can even show you
You're presupposing that he's infallible in his mapping, which is not true. No, he makes mistakes.
Okay, so how about if I show you a 7th century map that doesn't show Mecca either?
Well, how about... Wait, one sec. Akhi, Leafy, one sec. Prince, do me a favor. Which text does Ptolemy say that Mecca has rivers in?
Yeah, show that. Please show that. Yeah. No,
I don't want you to chat GPT it. I want you to show us a book. Like,
you
get
think
the PDF. Sir, I'm in the middle of asking you. You said, do I want you to show a source? And I'm in the middle of telling you exactly what I want you to show. And you're rambling in the middle. Stop talking. I'm telling you what I want you to do. Go to the text, pull up the PDF, show us where he says that. Please.
I said, who are you? I was having a respectful conversation with you.
Yeah, it doesn't matter who I am.
It doesn't matter.
Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Hove. Now show us what I'm asking for, please.
Okay, so you're saying that you're not going to give me time to bring the source back to you. I have to do it right away.
Sir, how long does it take? You've been quoting the source the whole time. You're saying your whole argument is based on the source, and you're telling me you don't have it?
I got you. The same way Leafy brought up the server, I have a server as well.
Okay, so bring up your server. Show us the PDF. It should be something we can all look at, please.
Yeah, in the meantime, guys, if you want access to all these sources at my server, link to it is in the description. Join my Patreon, $8 a month. You get access to all these sources and you get to support the dawah. Barakallah feekum. Shameless plug, bro. Shameless plug.
Nice. Okay. I really wanted to get to the inscriptions. That's what I was excited about because it's actually historical.
Just show us.
We have a divergence.
Just show us.
Of where Ptolemy mentions that there's rivers in Mekoraba. And I'm sure Leafy probably even has it. But anyway, you want me to get it from Mr. Yaqeen, Hove, Jay-Z, whatever.
Yeah, Prince. Okay, while you're getting the source, just mute up because we don't need the ad-libs. Anyway, Jazakallah khair. So boys, I just want to explain a few things that are like relevant to the discussion. This argument is primarily based on an argument from silence, which is the fact that, we don't have evidence of something, therefore it doesn't exist. So in this case, he's saying we don't have evidence of the fact that Mecca had rivers, therefore Mecca couldn't possibly be Macroba. Now, this is fallacious for multiple reasons. First of all, when you talk about a river, it could he just neglects the fact that the person who's taking the source is just exaggerating, or he could be confused about where he's talking about, because back then people are not documenting things with the precision that we have today. So it's common for them to make these kinds of historical embellishments and mistakes. And the second of all, his position on Crone, who's the one who pretty much popularized this argument of saying that Mecca is not as big of a trade center as it is. Now, even Crone accepts that Mecca existed, even though she says she doesn't really put too much trust in the sources, but regardless, she still does end up accepting that Mecca does exist. So even the most skeptical revisionist scholars, they all agree Mecca existed, and they existed before the coming of the Prophet Muhammad. Because as scholars like Sargent have, just wait, okay. Because as scholars like Sargent have noted, if you don't claim that Mecca was a trade hub that was in charge of the religious festivals of the pre-Islamic pagans, it becomes difficult to explain Islam's rise. How so? Because Islam, the way it spread so quickly, necessitates that there was a previous power base that was taken over by the Muslims. If you say that Mecca was not in fact a trade hub, or that it was significantly reduced, or it was pretty much like Shoemaker says, it was just like some random village, barely anyone spoke to these people, then you're going to have a really hard time explaining why this place specifically becomes holy and becomes the center of a kingdom that defeats the next two greatest superpowers right next to them. It's very difficult to explain. That's why pretty much every historian who's worth his salt, and I quoted to you F.F. Peters, Sargent, Montgomery Watt, and I can keep quoting on and on and on. They all continue to say, even Wal Halaq, they all say, look, if you don't say this, if the Arab account is not correct, the alternative that you have to explain is way worse. So even if he could explain that, if he could show that Makroba isn't Mecca, which he can't, by the way, but let's say suppose he could. Even if he could, his work for him is just starting. No, you haven't. You really haven't.
Makroba has rivers and Mecca doesn't have rivers, so that doesn't...
Okay, you're just repeating the same argument I debunked it, bro.
Can you show the statement about rivers, please?
Yes. So Ptolemy has a book called Geographia.
Show it.
You want me to show you? Do you want me
That's
to show
what
you?
I asked you for, sir.
Yes.
I asked you not to chat GPT and make the statement. I asked you to show us in the book where it says that.
The statement.
I specifically asked you that because I don't want to hear you saying it.
Right.
I don't want to hear
Why am I getting more homework from you
book.
when I was having?
Yes, sir. I don't care. I don't care about your feelings. Look, here's the thing, right? When I jumped in specifically to say I want to see the statement. At the moment, I didn't care about the conversation, right? I want to see the source for your claim. No amount of crying, no amount of, I was having a nice conversation is going to help you right now. All you need to do is show the book, show where it says it in the book, show us a page, pull up a PDF. Go ahead. Google D.
All right. That's a waste of time.
Yeah, no problem.
No
worries.
I've got a book and I've got a page. Either after or before, I don't mind. Oh, and by the way, Leafy, wa barakallahu feek.
Jazakallah khair, akhi.
All right, guys. So Geographia, Makaraba, Book 6, Chapter 7, Section 32. You will find the description of Makaraba referring to having rivers. Thank you, Yaqeen. I'd like to keep talking about it.
I asked you to show it.
Brother, respectfully, I've been on here for 3-4 hours.
Show on the camera.
Put it on camera. Stop saying it and show it.
Bro. Who is this guy?
Just turn on the camera.
While I'm debating Leafy, if you go to book 6, chapter
for example,
7,
no, we're not gonna do that. Just like Leafy showed everything he was talking about, you're gonna show the same thing. Go on. You're not gonna escape that. That's not fair.
And what happens when it does say it?
No, then you have provided evidence.
Show it. Then you're not a liar. You're only
then you substantiated your claim.
The whole time you thought I was okay. I got you. Okay, no problem, brother. All right, give me a minute.
Then you've substantiated your claim, bro. That's how claims work.
Hold on.
He's probably ChatGPT this. I promise you,
it's not going to help him, okay? Wallah, if he's using ChatGPT.
Thing you could use for research, guys. I mean, you guys should know.
No. But here's the thing. Here's the thing about ChatGPT. If you don't read all of what's said, you're going to get cooked with your own claim.
Nobody uses ChatGPT, bro. That's the worst thing you can use in a debate.
Oh, so you're using Gemini. Good job.
I want to see the statements that he says Mecca doesn't have rivers. Please show that in his book.
What?
You said that.
That's what you said.
I didn't say Ptolemy said that. What the hell?
You're such a liar. Wallahi.
That's what
has
you've been
rivers.
saying the whole time.
I asked you, Leafy, does Mecca have rivers? And you said no.
Bro,
There are no rivers near Mecca.
You've been saying that this is the book where it says that Makroba has rivers. This is what you've been saying the whole time. This is why I've been saying to you, show where Ptolemy says it. You repeat it back. You want me to show where Ptolemy says it?
Yes, that is true. I didn't say
this is what you're supposed to search for. You know what you did, right? You lied. You thought you had something. Your AI failed you, and now you found out that your AI doesn't have the evidence you thought it had. And now you've debunked yourself. And now you're backtracking.
Jay-Z.
And now you're backtracking.
When you're done rapping, Jay-Z.
This is what,
bro. That's what I said. Let me be very clear. I have no reason to lie here. I haven't lied.
You're lying, and everything is recorded. Just please.
I said. Hold on. Right. Clip me if I'm lying, okay?
Bro, you've been lying the whole time. You said that you said Ptolemy says it.
Yo, let me speak, bro. Come on.
Yo, stop crying, bro. Come on.
No, like I've literally been up here for hours debating like 30 Muslims.
That doesn't mean.
And then you come out of nowhere.
That doesn't mean anything.
Just show the source, man, please.
The fact that I'm addressing you is a mercy, okay? I said
it's not a mercy. It's not a mercy.
Shut up, bro.
It's not a mercy. Don't crash out. Don't crash out because you lied. The one claim that you made, you got cooked on by yourself. You cooked yourself.
Let me know when you're done.
So just admit that you lied when you said that Ptolemy's book on Makroba said that it had rivers. You didn't find it. Your AI told you the truth this time, and you don't have it.
You're not tracking, are you?
You're not tracking. You don't have it.
You're not tracking.
You don't have it.
Look, just don't let him. Prince, just look. There's no point in this. Just put it on the screen where he says Makroba had rivers. Just show that. That's all you need.
I stand by that.
Okay, that's
you misheard what I said.
Hey, boys.
Somebody asked me.
So Prince, calm down for a second, bro.
Right.
So, Prince, I'm just gonna give you 5 minutes, bro. Should be plenty of time for you to get it up on the screen. If you can't get up on the screen in 5 minutes, bro, I'm just gonna dip because I got better things to do.
I got you. I don't even need 5 minutes, honestly. But this guy's been wasting my time because I really want to see your evidence.
Yeah, I've been wasting your time because I asked you to substantiate your claim.
Like I genuinely want to see your evidence. And
okay, just go on mute. Wait.
You said you had inscriptions. You had historical evidence.
Yeah, stop speaking.
There's no point. There's no point. Don't speak until you put the source on the screen, bro. That's it, dude. Just put it on the screen. Don't speak.
This guy, man. I think Bledi is showing something. Okay, and until he finds the evidence, what is this?
Until he finds it. This is the book. Thomas Carlyle, he's a pretty famous Orientalist, Western Orientalist scholar on his book on heroes, hero worship, and the heroic in history. And this is the page. We read the red first, and then we'll read below as well. It's a little bit small, but to the idolatrous Arabs, so this is the Quraysh. Wait, let me switch my camera just so I can get a bit closer to read it. Okay, great. That's not very helpful. To the idolatrous Arabs, one of the most ancient universal objects of worship was a black stone, still kept in the building called Kaaba at Mecca. Diodorus Siculus, which was a 1st century BC Greek historian. He was born 90 BC, and he was working from about 60 BC to about 30 BC. So we can say this, let's say he said this about 50 BC, somewhere in the middle. This Kaaba is a way not to be mistaken as the oldest, most honored temple in his time. So in the oldest, most honorable temple in the 1st century before Christ was the Kaaba at Mecca, some half century before our era, Siculus says. So this is before the 1st century, around about 150 to 100 BC. And then later on he talks, a different scholar, De Stacy, says that there is some likelihood that the black stone was an aerolite. In that case, some might say it fell out of heaven. So even some other Western Orientalist scholars admit that the black stone, there's a high probability that it was even an aerolite, which is what the Muslims claim. And it stands now beside the well of Zamzam. Obviously, we all know where Zamzam is. So we have Greek historians in the 1st century before Christ saying that the Kaaba at Mecca is the oldest, most honored temple of their time. Not some new invention in the 6th, 7th century.
SubhanAllah.
All right, let me just share my screen as well while he's getting his stuff. So this is some recent scholarship that showed that even in the minds of pre-Islamic Christians, they also had knowledge of what Mecca was. This is The Making of the Medieval East by Jack Tanis. He says, the Lakhmud king, Nu'man al-Mundir, who ruled from 580 to 602, who is said to have made the pilgrimage to Mecca while he was a Christian and before Muhammad's prophetic career had even begun. And the Christian poet Abd Zayd, who would swear by the Lord of Mecca and by the cross in one of his poems. So we even have poetry talking about Mecca by contemporary Christians. On top of that, I'd just like to review Patricia Crone's book, which is what really started this whole nonsense. And she gets cooked by Sargent here. So this is Meccan Trade and the Rise of Islam, Misconceptions and Flawed Polemics by R.B. Sargent, right? He says, Meccan Trade, which is Patricia Crone's book, sets out to prove that the accepted history of the rise of Islam is largely a fabrication, that the security system established by Quraysh for caravan trade, if it existed at all, was of a minor local sort, and that pre-Islamic Arabia was a quite unimportant sanctuary. Its author starts with deep-seated prejudices to produce a confused, irrational, illogical polemic, further complicated by her misunderstandings of Arabic texts, her lack of comprehension of the social structure of Arabia, and the twisting just wait 1 second. And the twisting of the clear sense of other writing, ancient or modern, to suit her contentions. He cooks her. It basically says, like, look, this is the polemic. He doesn't even entertain it as scholarship. And he cooks her in the rest of the article, which I recommend you read. I have it up as well. Yeah, give him the screen.
So first of all, Ptolemy writes in Greek, right? So if I show you guys an exact excerpt, you won't know. So there's a professor that talks about Mecca and Mecca specifically in regards to Claudia's work. And
who's the professor?
Here, can I get screen?
You have a big screen, but you're gonna show the source.
I really want to see your evidence, bro. Like, I don't care about what you think.
Bro, you're gonna show the source.
Ian D. Morris, University of Amsterdam, Mecca and Mecca. It's a paper.
Wait, is that a comment? Wait.
300 pages of evidence.
Wait. That's not what we're asking you, though, right? You're giving us a commentary on what
from Claudia. Yeah, but it's Greek. I don't read Greek, bro. What do you want me to do?
So how do you know?
Do you expect me to know Greek? Do any of you guys know Greek?
What the hell? So how do you know he didn't say that?
I read.
Because we have translations.
I read Greek. Yeah.
Who reads Greek?
Yeah. I read.
Bro,
But you see how we're
debating, bro?
Just wait, Prince. It's fine if you don't know Greek. Just wait, Prince. It's fine if you don't know Greek, like John didn't know Greek, like your earliest disciples didn't know Greek, like your God. No, just wait, Prince. It's fine if you don't know Greek, because your own God, he didn't know Greek either. He spoke Aramaic, right? So that's fine if you don't know Greek. We're asking you to show us the actual source. So just open your camera, show us the source, like I was showing you the source that talks about it, even if it's not in Greek. Okay, cool. That's all we're asking.
Yeah, cool. Perfect. I got you.
Wait, hold on. I just want to make it clear. You said we can go read it for ourselves in his book, chapter 6.
His work was translated. Yes, you can.
Okay, so it is translated. So now, did we ask you for what a commentator says on it, or did we ask you for what he says himself?
Bruh. You want me to show you right now?
Because you've been sliding this entire time. I don't know what's wrong with you. Show us from the text himself. I'm glad that you know that it's translated, right? I don't know why you appeal to the fact that it's written in Greek when you just said it's translated.
How many criteria are you guys gonna add on this?
Stop speaking. No, it was very clear from the beginning.
First it was Yaqeen. Now I gotta deal with Ahmad. This whole time I've been trying to talk to
It's been the same thing from the beginning. Show us where he says.
It's exhausting.
Stop. Yeah. Look at you gaslighting now, because this is what you do.
Ahmad, where did you come from, bro?
Stop speaking.
Leafy just said I can show him.
Yeah, dude, we're one essence. We're 5 humans. We're one essence. So it's just you're talking to one human. So it's one voice. So show us from his writings. You said you had the source. You said it was in book 6, chapter 7 somewhere. So just show us. Just put it on the screen.
I'm gonna show you multiple.
No, show us from himself.
In that book.
Show us from the book.
That's the primary.
brother, we're not asking you for multiple. Just show us the one is enough.
I don't even have camera access.
Wait, you said from Ptolemy. You said from Ptolemy himself. You said he says it's in his book. Show us where he says it in his book. That was the claim that you made. We're asking for the evidence.
Okay. Here we go. Let's read, guys. Please don't interrupt me. Okay.
This isn't his book. No,
Okay,
no,
let
no,
me
no,
read.
no,
Not even.
no, no. Stop.
Mecca and Mekaraba.
And no, I'm happy.
Audios
No,
Ptolemy,
stop.
second century geography.
What's wrong
Don't
with this
mute
guy?
me, please.
No, we just asked you. Hold on.
I have so much evidence I want to see from Leafy.
Stop. We didn't ask you for this. You said, dude, stop. You said Ptolemy says, and you even quoted a direct reference. You said book 6, chapter 7. Show us.
I'm debating like seven people at once.
No, it's just one we're one voice, dude. We're one.
No,
It's one
no,
human.
that's
I don't know what
bullshit.
you don't know how to count.
If I wanted someone up here, you would be like, no, it's just you.
It's one human. You don't know how to count. There's one essence. You absolute buffoon. We asked you to show us. We didn't ask you to show us.
University of Amsterdam.
Stop speaking. Stop speaking while I'm speaking. I don't know what's wrong with you. We asked you to show, and you said,
where in the book?
I just told you to stop speaking while I'm speaking because you know you're caught now. You said from Ptolemy himself. You said he says that Macroba has rivers, and you even quoted a reference, and you try to get out of each other. Say, well, it's in Greek. Oh, but now it's translated. Dummy, show us from his source. Show us from Ptolemy himself, where he says, stop. What did I just tell you about not speaking over me?
Oh my God, bro.
Show us from his source, from Ptolemy. You said, hold on, no.
Am I gonna be able to speak, or you just?
Yo, I just told you to stop speaking while I'm speaking. I don't know what the hell's wrong with you. Last chance. We told you to show from Ptolemy, and you even quoted the reference, book 6, chapter 7. Go show us where he says Macroba has rivers.
All right, I'll show you from the exact book.
Good boy.
First, Leafy wanted to see this, and then Yaqeen is like, yo, show me the exact book. And then Ahmad comes out.
Bro, stop crying. Stop crying.
Like
Stop crying. Ian D. Morris is not Ptolemy. Sorry. I'm sorry you didn't know that. But Ian D. Morris is not Ptolemy. So start over.
Bro, I thought he was Ptolemy. I don't know what you're talking about.
Bro, he thinks he can do a switch
You guys
out.
are just trying to distract from the topic.
He's trying to switch.
You don't want to get to the next evidence.
He's trying to switch Ben Affleck. He's trying to replace Ben Affleck.
Watch this. What happens when
Prince, can I ask you a question? Just wait, Prince. Can I ask you a question? If I don't want to get to the next evidence, why in my server did I make a whole category on it? If I didn't want to get to the evidence,
why do I have to deal with Yaqeen and Ahmad and all these other guys?
No, but just wait.
When you read through your list, bro,
listen. No, but Prince. You just said, I just want you to think about the claims that you're making, yeah? Because, look, sometimes we make claims and we don't think about what we're saying. When you say, oh, you guys don't want to get to the evidence, if I don't want to get to the evidence, why do I have a whole... why did I go to the...
That's what I'm trying to do, bro, but you got Jay-Z and Ahmed and all these other guys.
Bro, you're not tracking. You just said... Bro. You just said you, talking about me and everyone else on panel, don't want to get to the evidence. If we don't want to get to the evidence, then why did we bother to collect all these sources in a Discord server? What's the point if we don't care about the evidence? You hear what you're saying is stupid.
Yeah, and also
how it's wasting time.
When you were pressing Leafy, you kept saying, "Does Mecca have rivers? Does Mecca have rivers?" All based off a false presupposition.
Any one of you can do a quick.
Wait, what did I tell you? What did I tell you? What did I tell you about speaking over me?
I don't give a. I'm not.
Yeah. Behave yourself when you're speaking to me. I don't know what's wrong with you. You were pressing Leafy. No. He was You were continuously pressing Leafy. Does Mecca have rivers? Does Mecca have rivers?
Can you not?
Ptolemy says there's rivers. Show us from Ptolemy. Show us right now from Ptolemy.
Listen.
No, you have to access.
You shouldn't be speaking. Wait, Ahmed. Prince, you shouldn't be speaking. Just show the evidence. You shouldn't be speaking at all.
I'll show the evidence. All I'm saying is we're wasting time, but I'm going to show you the evidence.
That's fine. Let's waste time. Just show the evidence.
What I would love to do.
Okay, fine.
What I would love to do, right? Because Leafy and Bledi, they both have evidence for everything they want to say. So let's alternate between them and their evidence so they can show you how it's done while you continue to look for the evidence.
Yaqeen, Akhi, look, to be honest, Akhi, I told him, show me the evidence. I gave him 5 minutes. He said 5 minutes more than enough. So really, Akhi, I really don't have time to waste with nonsense. Prince, if you want, you can talk to me.
If you have more information, Akhi, that you wanted to show,
I'd rather get on a panel with Leafy. Yo, guys, shut up.
Because Prince is still looking, apparently.
Wait, were you not just pressing?
When you go live, Leafy, I would love to go on a panel with you because I don't have to deal with.
No, you're not going to act like you weren't just pressing Leafy, like, oh, does Mecca have rivers? All off a false presupposition that he does say that there are rivers.
Didn't I tell Leafy thank you for being respectful earlier?
Why are you gaslighting?
Did I get the same energy from you guys?
All of this because you can't show it from Ptolemy.
Thank yous have nothing to do with the fact that you lied about your evidence. All you did, you could either concede that you don't have the evidence, or
he's wasting time. Wallah, he's buying time. This is all just by.
That's why I said, look, that's why I said we need to stop talking. All of us, we just stop talking. Just put it on the screen from Ptolemy. We didn't ask you from somebody else. From Ptolemy, from his book 6, chapter 7, just whatever it is. Just show it.
What, you want the Greek or the English translation of it?
What do you think? What do you think we want?
The English, right?
No, bro, I want it in Japanese. Can you put it in Japanese?
This is what you guys been doing. It's just like one
obviously we want it in the English, dude.
Okay, fine.
Yeah. Stop talking to us and show it to us, please. Bledi, I think you had something. Leafy, I think you had something else you wanted to show. While he uses his Gemini and ChatGPT and everything.
Look, Akhi, the argument is a very weak argument from silence, right? That's all it is. And it's been refuted at the highest level by multiple scholars. And no scholar holds to this except that they're a radical revisionist who doubts the authenticity of the Islamic sources wholesale, like a priori. That's the only way you can tangibly hold to this position. Everyone else who's a decent historian, like for example, someone like you have James Howard Johnson. He's a professor at Oxford. He's an English historian. He specializes in the Byzantine era. He doesn't believe this nonsense that Macroba is not Mecca just because of the rivers. He understands that when it comes to historical documentation, things get embellished, and the job of the historian is to sift through those embellishments and extract the true history from them. That's what scholars like him and Wael Halaq and Abi Sargent do. And that's why when I quote you these scholars and they're all coming to the same conclusion, and then you quote me some random revisionist, that's why I tell you I don't care about revisionism as a whole, because their argument and their methodology is flawed to begin with. And if I use the same methodology on your scripture, you wouldn't appreciate that. If I told you, it's the same, I would basically become like a Jesus mythicist. I would say oh look, the crucifixion is contradictory because the portrayal in Luke is contradictory to that of Mark. In Luke, he is atoning for the sins of the world and he's like a willing sacrifice. In Mark, he's not willing and he's actually shocked at what's happening to him. Therefore, Jesus wasn't crucified and he didn't exist at all. That's essentially what you're telling me. You're telling me, look, there's a contradiction in narratives, which let's suppose that there is. You're telling me there is no way to reconcile them, which I disagree with. There is a way to reconcile them. Therefore, I should just throw the whole history away with it. None of it's historical and Mecca didn't exist. That's essentially what you're saying to me. It's the same thing if I come to you and I tell you, therefore, Jesus didn't exist. And you tell me, what's your evidence? I'll tell you, look, there's contradictions between Luke and Mark in the crucifixion scene. That's essentially what amounts to your argument. And it's very sorry. I'm very upset that you don't see this.
This is free education, man.
No, Prince, real quick. Is your name Jacob by any chance?
Jacob?
Is your name Jacob?
I'm not identifying myself.
No, is that might be your name?
Sounds like a yes.
I can neither confirm nor deny that.
Have you ever went by that name?
He does talaquf, bro.
Bro, you sound exactly like some guy I slammed on Discord on Daniel 2 and 7.
I've never spoken to him on Discord. I don't even argue the Bible, so that's how you know it's not me. But clearly you don't. I don't argue the Bible at all.
Clearly not.
You're not showing the evidence, so still, what's taking so long?
15 minutes.
What's taking so damn long, bro? Just show the evidence.
Ahmed, you retired him from using
I know Ahmed. He doesn't.
He said he had the exact. He says
he doesn't have
book
access
6, chapter 7. He said
I know. He was lying. He was reading from ChatGPT. He doesn't have access to the book.
And this is, bro, he was definitely reading from AI.
The evidence is
I'll be honest.
300-page abstract on Mekraba and Mecca, which apparently I'm not allowed to use.
No.
So,
Ibn Aisha, let me tell you what happened. When he was pressing Leafy, I was not messing with that. I don't know who you think you are pressing Leafy like that, bro. You need to back it up, bro. You're not going to press Leafy.
I was very respectful of Leafy. I've seen Leafy debate. I respect the guy.
Okay, then don't get to pressing him like that. I don't know who you think you are.
What do you mean pressing?
Yeah, pressing him on a false presupposition. Does Mecca have rivers? Does Mecca have rivers? All off the false presupposition that you said Ptolemy says that Macroba has rivers. Where is that at?
and it should have been easy to find. You made it sound like you were looking at it. So you know what's interesting, Prince? When you make a claim like that, right? See, I'm a nerd. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna ask you to just show me what you're talking about. I want to see what they said before. I want to see what they said after.
Yeah,
so
but
I also looked it up. I also looked it up when you said it, right? And I looked for the same source that you did, that you claimed you had. And when I looked for it, I found a bunch of things. And I was like, maybe he's using AI. So I searched on AI. And for me, I specifically typed, where does Ptolemy say that Mecca has rivers? And it says, as for rivers, in Geographia 6, 7, 32, Ptolemy places Macroba as a major settlement of the interior. And then all the way at the bottom, it says Ptolemy himself does not explicitly say there are rivers in Mecca. So I was like, So where did he get it from? And that's when I asked you for it. Now we're like 15 minutes in and you still haven't produced it. So my whole thing is, if you can't produce it, be honest enough to admit that.
It's gonna. I don't know. It's gonna take a lot of time.
I don't know why.
Take a lot of time. Wait. Yeah, it's going to take a lot of time. You just said you have the exact source. What do you mean it's going to take a lot of time?
Such a liar. Wallahi.
You understand that I'm looking for a translation.
Allah is exposing you right now.
You said it was translated. You said it was
I'm reading
translated.
both right now.
Wallahi,
You said it was translated.
He came up on this live talking about qira'at. Now he's struggling. Wallahi, he's been dunked on every
You
single
guys are giving me all this criteria.
Okay, can you just concede that?
All I wanted to do was get to the evidence.
Look, Prince, you can move on with Leafy. Just concede Ptolemy doesn't say that.
I haven't done enough research on this to.
No, okay. So right now, admit that you lied.
In the time frame that
admit that you lied.
I have, because he's gonna leave, and then I'm not gonna have access to his.
No, Leafy, I don't want him to. Yeah, Leafy will continue discussing with you. I just want you to admit first that you lied.
Lied about what?
You said Ptolemy does say this.
Having the source. You said you have it, and you said it'll take you 5 minutes, bro.
Exactly.
I've been waiting for like 15 minutes.
Tell you what, Prince, let's make it easy for you. Why don't you put it on the screen in Greek, and I'll translate.
You can read Greek?
I'm going to screenshot and translate, and we'll all
Okay, look, you could make whatever conclusion you want. My point is...
No. Just you said you could find it in Greek, and you can't
you're not
find
going
it
to
in English.
backtrack because you were pressing him, dude. You were pressing him saying, Ptolemy says there's rivers in Macroba. Where does he say this? And you said you had the exact source. You quoted it. You said you can go look it up yourself. Book 6, chapter 7. Where?
Were you lying did you lie when you said chapter 6, this and that?
Coordinates. Okay. I see.
No, actually, you don't. If you want, you could put it on. You could put it in the Greek.
Let me clarify something.
No, don't clarify. Don't clarify anything. I just want you to admit you either lied or you don't have the source.
I didn't lie.
Okay, so
then I put the Greek on the screen. Let's translate.
Then you have the source.
Okay. Let me clarify something.
Okay.
Right? Yaqeen was right. It lists coordinates for a location in Book 6, Chapter 7, Section 32. The association of Makaraba with rivers comes from interpretation of maps created centuries later by cartographers.
So wait, do you agree that Ptolemy himself doesn't clearly say it?
Khalas. He gives coordinates of a place.
No, I didn't say that. So Ptolemy doesn't say there's rivers in Makaraba.
Not directly.
Alhamdulillah.
Go ahead, you can continue.
I don't care about
you don't care about that's the
Yaqeen was right.
That was the base.
If I'm wrong, I'll admit it. I'm not a sore loser. Like if
you lost.
Oh, what do you mean, bro?
By the way,
I'll admit it.
His coordinates aren't written in Greek.
Ptolemy mentions coordinates. When you look at the coordinates on a map, it's near rivers. That's the issue. That's where that stems from.
Bro,
does he personally?
Wait, just wait. I just want to ask Prince a question. Prince, Habibi, do you know that people? You want to press him? Go ahead. I just want to ask him a question.
Bledi, hold on. Just let them finish.
Like I really wanted to get to Leafy's evidence. Like.
Yeah, so Ptolemy.
Yeah, the Bledi go.
Press me hard.
Yeah, go ahead.
Leafy, go ahead. No,
Okay, you go.
I'm getting very tired, but I'm learning, so it's all good. I'm not a sore loser.
So you asked us a few times if we spoke Greek, which would mean Ptolemy had his writings in Greek, correct?
I believe his original writings were, the book was, if I'm not mistaken, it could be in Greek,
No, original writings, that's fine, but I'm talking about today, because you're going to show us today.
Well, his book has coordinates of cities, right? So what the later historians and the cartographers did is they took those coordinates and they placed it on modern maps.
Okay, great. And with what they had, was this in Greek or not?
The original writing of I can't make statements because Mr.
Not the original.
So I gotta let me be very careful with what I say.
Yeah, because
what those later scholars had who did translate it. And put it
so
on a map
you're asking if Geographia by Ptolemy was in Greek, the original?
No, I'm not asking the original. I'm asking those later scholars who translated.
Oh, okay.
Did they translate in Greek or not?
Well, we have a few different guys who did it. Let me pull up an example. I think
I'm just going to read what Dan Gibson says. As far as we know, Ptolemy did not draw a map, but rather plotted his coordinates on a large physical ball globe. While his globe did not survive the ravages of time, the record of his coordinates survived in geography. Good. However, his writings were later lost to the Western world, although they were known in the Arab world. Around the beginning of the 15th century, the works were rediscovered and translated from Greek to Latin as well?
I have three people that did it. Sebastian Monster in 1571. We have Laurent Fries in 1541. And then we have Leonard Hole. They recreated Ptolemy's maps using the coordinates.
Right. While on big screen, I'll show this, because this might be of interest to you, Leafy, actually. So you mentioned a writing mentioned the Lord of Makkah, right?
Yeah.
Leafy. This is some Thammudic inscriptions about 3,000 years old. This is about the time of Saleh alayhi salam. You can't read this very well, but I'm going to read on my computer. I know it's blurry. I'm sorry about that. I know it's blurry. I'm going to read it. Okay. There seems to be a missing. There seems to be a missing.
Look, brother. Having a blurry source is better than having no source. Let's put it that way. Yeah, really.
There seems to be a missing letter at the beginning to judge from the style of the. I think that's a meme. Abd Mekkat is new. And then the word Abd Mekkat is correct from and is an very interesting name. Abd Mekkat, servant of Mecca (brackets holy city), but it might be supplied as Abd Malakat. So here, C. Lancaster Harding, basically, he was one of the pretty much the first Orientalists. He was very, very early. He found lots and lots of inscriptions in Yemen, I believe, and that area, and he sold it to the British Museum. And in those inscriptions, he found many things, but one of them, a few times, he found people referred as Abd Mecca, literally the servant of Mecca, as he translates it. So we have time. We have Mecca and Abd Mecca from the time of Salih.
Wait, Prince, before we continue on, I notice your bio says that you beat 108 Muslims to 0, that's your record. Do you mind changing it to 108 to 1 and then just say 1 Leafy?
I mean, we're not done talking, bro.
Yeah, but just at one point. Is it point by point or is it the whole
see how it goes. If I like your evidence.
He conceded to the qira'at. He conceded to Bible. Yes, you did. Yes,
I brought up one correction.
Okay. Did you not say?
You guys showed me a codex that I never heard of. I don't think that's
Wait, sir. Wait, Akhi. You're saying conceded to qira'at, and then he says, I brought one correction.
Yes.
Then
I asked you, brother,
that text, relax. Chapter 66, that verse has nothing to do with qira'at. There is no qira'ah that has the word Allah in it.
I was talking about manuscripts.
Okay, so Ibn Aisha was talking about qira'at. When you're bringing Asim, so he's not from Mecca, bringing Hafs, bringing Warsh, that's where you got baked.
Prince, wait, I have a question for Prince. Wait, Prince, I have a question. Are you sure? Are you sure it's not? Wait, Prince. So are you sure that the 108 is not the other way around? It's not that you've been baked 108 times? Because it seems like each time you get banked, you just turn it around and say oh, I didn't actually get banked. You're just in denial.
I can show you that I haven't uploaded.
But he said he will be Muslim if we answer all of his questions, correct, Prince?
If you can debunk everything, yeah, of course.
Yeah, okay, so far everything has been debunked.
No.
Be honest, man.
I've been trying to get to evidence with
the riwayat debunked, the qira'at debunked.
We got stuck on Ptolemy.
Oh, you said there is no qira'at that goes back to the Prophet Muhammad debunked. You consider that the Old Testament has been changed. You consider the New Testament has been changed. And now you
didn't concede any of that. All I said is I'm not a Bible expert.
You did.
I said I'm not a Bible expert.
Huh?
I kept repeating that I'm not a Bible expert. I'm not a manuscript expert. That's what I said.
Sir, you said, I don't believe that the Old Testament has been transmitted reliably.
Oh, Old Testament.
You said that.
Yes. Old Testament.
Okay, so you said about the Old Testament. And then you were asked about the New Testament. You said, I think it is transmitted reliably. And then you were given so many examples in Matthew chapter 4 that you could not respond. You said, I don't have the knowledge to respond to this.
Yes.
And then John chapter 7, okay, the pericope was brought, had no response. So,
and then you said that your speciality is Mecca doesn't exist, correct?
That's what I'm trying to get to with Leafy.
Yeah, wait. Prince, I just want to ask you a question. Do you believe that Islamic dilemma is a good argument or no?
I personally don't use it. I used to actually defend it when I was a Muslim. Like when the
I'm saying right now, do you think it's a good argument or not? Like, do you think it logically follows or not?
like
I'm just curious.
the fact that the Quran affirms the previous Gospels. I don't really do internal critique. That's the thing. I don't really grant the Quran.
Yes, you do.
I'm not asking you, bro. Wait, Ibn Aisha. I'm not asking you what's your preferred method of arguing. I'm asking you,
argument?
do you think the argument is valid or do you think the argument is valid or sound?
I don't know. I haven't really opinionated on it. I know some friends that use
so
it.
you do tawaqquf here as well?
Sorry?
You do tawaqquf here as well?
Do I? I didn't understand what you said.
Okay. No worries, bro. Don't worry about it.
Did you say it in Arabic?
Yeah. Do you do tawaqquf? Do you know what tawaqquf is?
No, what is that?
It's when you abstain from making a judgment.
I guess, yeah. Like I have friends that do internal critique. I'm not a fan of internal critique. I don't really, do that. I do external critique mostly, like history, evidence, archaeology, all that good stuff.
Yeah. So wait, do you do external critiques with the Bible as well, or just the Quran, like in just Islamic sources?
So far, I've been studying more about Islam.
Okay, but you haven't done any external critiques on the Bible. Like you're not familiar with any of them.
Not enough.
Okay.
The one guy, Canadian something.
Wait, Prince, Habibi. Stand. I was going to go through the inscriptions with you, but I don't feel like it's justice. What I want you to do is genuine. Habibi, go and study the sources properly. Not like ChatGPT or you read one article or something. Genuinely, actually, sit and study the sources properly. If you want, I'll even invite you to my server and you can study the sources with me. You have to pay $1 a month though. But it's fine. No, just listen to me. Listen to me.
You've been like respectful, and I enjoyed your energy. Let me finish.
Let me finish. Yeah, thank you, bro. So I'll even invite you to my server. You can pay $8, whatever. I'll put you a discount even. I'll make it $5 just for you, Habib. All right?
I got you, bro.
Okay. Yeah, no worries. I'll make it a discount for you. But actually, I want you to study these issues diligently. And then if you find that the historicity of the Islamic sources is greater than the historicity of the biblical narratives, then I want you to become a Muslim because that's only fair. Like, for example, is that fair or is that not fair?
Dude, I'm an academic. I literally am a biochem major. Like,
cool. So if I show you, for example, the whole history of the Book of Joshua is nonsense, and that no scholar takes it seriously, would you say that therefore you would not be a Christian anymore?
I mean, if you can just prove that Mecca existed, if Muhammad of Islam existed, Quran was preserved.
Wait, you don't believe Muhammad existed either?
No. I didn't even get to that part, bro. I've been on 4 hours every time I ask questions.
Wait, hold on. Wait. Stand straight. Can you name me a single scholar who holds to that position? Like, the only person I know who holds to that position is Richard.
Scholars, right?
No, not even revisionist scholars. No revisionist scholars believe Muhammad didn't exist. Dusha Crone believes Muhammad existed. John Wansborough believes Muhammad existed. Cook believes Muhammad exists. No one disputes this except for Robert Spencer. Robert Spencer is the only one who's a Muhammad mythicist. Everyone else believes Muhammad existed.
So here's
can you name me a single? Wait. Just wait.
Yeah.
Do you have a name of a single scholar who's a Muhammad mythicist? Yes or no?
I have a list. Yeah, I can bring it up.
Yeah, give me one scholar. Yeah, give me one scholar who's a Muhammad mythicist. They don't exist.
I got you.
SubhanAllah. Okay, before you look, there's a saying in Jesus. Yeah, Jesus he says something. Just wait. He says, why do you look at the muck in your brother's eye and you don't take out the muck of your own eye? Before you throw stones from a glass house, first make sure your house is fortified. Then you can start throwing stones. First make sure that your history is solid, that your sources are solid, that you know how to defend the arguments that are being presented against your faith that you believe in. Then come and start throwing stones. I never tell a Muslim, whenever I talk to a Muslim, I never told them, start talking about the Bible. First I told them, learn your aqidah, learn your religion first. Then you can start learning about Christianity and whatever, and if you want to refute it, no problem. But first, you have to know your own religion, bro. Even as a Christian, bro, it's very embarrassing when you throw stones from a glass house and you get refuted easily. And for me, Akhi, it's not. I'm told. Just I'll let you finish. Yeah. For me personally, Akhi, when I speak to Christians, it's not fun when I speak to people and they're all low tier. I want you guys to level up because then it's a bit more fun for me when I speak to you.
I enjoy.
I'm being genuine.
You, I'll be honest.
Oh, Akhi, you enjoy talking to me, but I didn't really. Yeah, no worries. But I didn't really enjoy talking to you because you didn't bring anything new or substance.
I didn't have enough of my sources ready.
Wait, Prince. Prince, is this evidence from the book Hager's Megan?
Sorry?
The evidence that Muhammad doesn't exist is from the book Hagerism again.
There's a lot of different sources, right? When it comes to that.
Hey, Prince, you have Discord? You have Discord?
Yeah. I can add you on Discord.
Yeah. Add my Discord.
You seem like a chill guy. I've seen you on a few other of the Christian panels. Like, you're pretty chill. That's why, like, you know, appreciate it.
No worries. Okay.
And we can definitely go through everything. You know what I'm saying?
Inshallah. I'm not gonna give you shubuhat about like the Book of Joshua and the Exodus and whatever. That's fine, bro. We can save for another time.
Came up,
you can come
to just get answers for my questions.
Yeah. No worries, bro. You can come
to embarrass anybody or any of that stuff.
Wallahi, that didn't happen. But that's fine. You're lying right now.
I mean, when I got disrespected, I got a little bit upset. I was coming at people.
In the beginning,
it's fine. Wait, Ibn Aisha, khalas. He was, let's say he was disrespectful and rude and arrogant at the beginning. That's no problem. He's humble now. That's what matters. The past is in the past.
I appreciate your energy.
Even no worries, bro. What I want from you, add my Discord, inshallah. I'll get you to join my server. If you have questions, you can ask me. But please, Akhi, if you come on panels to like with people like Ibn Aisha or anyone else, please be respectful and honest and sincere. Because I don't think you're being completely honest. I don't think you're being completely honest.
I misspoke about the Ptolemy reference. I did misspeak.
No worries, khalas. You made a mistake, no issue. I'm not gonna hold it against you.
If I make a mistake, I admit it. So
no worries. If you come, look, brother. If you come humbly, well, I'll treat you with respect. If you come arrogantly, it's a different story. So if you come humbly, I've got no problem like speaking to you, educating you, helping you out. There's no issue.
I got you.
Right. Anyway, I'm gonna head out, bro. Barakallah feek, Ibn Aisha.
I've been on here for like 2 hours, so I'm kind of tired. So I'm gonna bounce too, guys.
Alright,
I'm gonna follow you guys.
Okay, Prince, nice conversation. All you have to do now is just update your bio, right, to 100. Just do that, and it's all good. Okay, is that okay?
What if I put like half? Is that okay?
No,
like
just
half?
Put it 101. Yes.
All right, fine. Okay, fine.
Fantastic. Khalas.
Just to make you guys happy. So next time I can come on the panel again.
Yeah, you can come. You can come. So long as you know.
I'm actually gonna do it though. I'm serious. Like I don't want to just say it. I'm gonna do it.
Fantastic.
All right, guys. Take care. God bless everyone.
Okay. That's yeah. Take care, man. Take care. Beautiful.
So, assalamu alaikum. I just want to say I went to sleep. I woke up. And then I like read some stuff online, and then I prayed Fajr, and then I came back. This guy was on the panel for like 6 hours today.
Akhi, I don't usually clip things, but this whole conversation, I'm gonna clip it. But I have to post it. But most likely I have to post it on YouTube or something because this was hilarious.
Put it somewhere. I need that, bro.
Yeah, I'm gonna clip the whole thing.
Well, I basically did half my schedule for the morning, and he was still there.
By the way, all my sources came from Contra, so send thanks there.
That's crazy.
W the brother from W the da'wat minni, Furqan, Yaqeen, what do you call Canadian, BrotherAli, Ahmad, all of them. Allah.
What about Rodeo? You're not gonna say W the Rodeo?
Rodeo, of course. That's my doctor. All of the brothers, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless you, give you the
Rodeo.
And obviously Shaykh al-Islam, General Ibn Fadl.
Bro, I was sleeping. You guys were doing
Bledi, Jazakallah khairan. Akhi Ex also, he's sleeping on the panel. That's okay. Okay. Subhanallah. This is why, a lot of Christians, they have no evidence for their religion, but their hate for Islam is bigger than their love for Christianity. He said, I don't have any. I'm not a biblical scholar. He doesn't care about his Bible. He's just focused on so long as Islam is false, he's good, right? Automatically, he thinks because Islam is false, therefore Christianity is the truth, which is false, subhanAllah. And he conceded on so many points. So many points he conceded. Mustaqeen. I'm going to end the live. Jazakumullah khairan. Before the live gets taken down, I need this live. It was so funny, bro. If he ever lies about what happened today, I have this recording anyway. Jazakumullahu khairan. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika. أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
وعليكم السلام
ورحمة الله وبركاته.
لما